this evening by asking you if you honestly think that Hindus are at war with minorities in this country. Do you honestly believe that the pious incantation, Jai Shri Ram, has become a war cry to subjugate, terrorize, and taunt minorities in this country? Do you think that you are part of a plot to turn India into a fascist Hindu state? Wherever you are tonight, you better start asking yourself these questions, because the letter in my hand, written by 49 celebrities to the Prime Minister, seems to certainly imply this. The words contained here constitute a selective, in my opinion, attack on the Hindu community. Now, viewers, let me give you a small reading of what this says. The letter written by these 49 celebrities to the Prime Minister, it links Hindus to attacks on minorities. Celebrities who have written this letter have branded Jai Shri Ram a war cry. Yes. And the letter links Jai Shri Ram, this pious incantation, in their words, to law and order problems. Now, viewers, the celebrities have called on Hindus to stop defiling Ram's name by using it to target, in their opinion, Muslims and Dalits in this country. Listen to how one of those who is the leader amongst this pack of 49 chose to describe what this letter had to say and the motivations for writing this letter. Listen to her. This is Aparna.
Of course, people have the right to say Jai Shri Ram in a country that guarantees with Article 19 freedom of expression. But when that particular cry is used to kill people, then it no longer remains a religious chant. Then it becomes a war cry. I believe passionately in the secularism of India, and every single time that secularism is threatened, I will raise my voice.
When that secularism is threatened, Aparna Sen says, I will raise my voice. I'm sure she has. When individuals, viewers, and I have a whole list of them, from the Hindu community, have been lynched by Muslims. When Dalits, and I have a whole list of them, and I can name them, and the day they were lynched by Muslims. But I am not able to find a comment by Aparna Sen calling out Islamist hate. Now, these are all examples, viewers, of an attack on secularism. So why is it that Aparna Sen and these 48 others feel the hurt when only one community is at the receiving end? Now, there is no denying that Muslims have been lynched and forced to chant Jai Shri Ram. And it is abhorrent, and we have called that hate out on this channel. But we have never been selective. It appears that the 49 celebrities, on the other hand, have been highly selective, raising doubts about their motives. This petition to the Prime Minister would have been much more credible had it also contained references to hate attacks on Hindus, of which there have been plenty. At the very least, it should have said. And while I am no one to dictate to these 49 individuals, I can only counsel them it would have been better had they said that over the last few years they are concerned because interfaith relations seem to be deteriorating. Had they said that, had they called out hate on both sides, we may be having a very different debate tonight. Since they didn't, and since they were selective, I want to remind them. And here are some hard facts, viewers. I always come prepared on this show with hard facts. Uncompromised hard facts. Immutable hard facts. I want to remind them of the times when Hindus have been targeted. Let's go down this list. And I promised you I would tell you. Tonk, Rajasthan, February 2018. Muslim mob attacks Gujjar marriage procession. Reason? Because they crossed a Muslim area. Now that is hate. Barabanki, Uttar Pradesh, March 2018. A 45-strong Muslim mob assaults a Hindu procession. The reason was the Muslims got peppered by gulal. They couldn't tolerate the fact that flecks of gulal might have blotted their clothes. Theni, Tamil Nadu, May 2019. Muslims and Dalits clash. Cars burned, 30 injured. The reason? Because a Dalit funeral procession took place in a Muslim area. Where was this lobby of 49 incensed, concerned individuals then? Did they write to Muslim elders? Did they write to the Prime Minister asking him to ensure justice for the Dalits who were attacked by Muslims and the Hindus who were attacked by Muslims? Azamgarh, Uttar Pradesh, June 2018. A Muslim mob attacks a Dalit basti with sticks, 10 injured. The reason? A minor tussle with children. Katihar, Bihar, June 2018. Muslim couple arrested for setting a Dalit family on fire. Why? Because there was a dispute over land. Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, June 2018. 50-strong Muslim mob runs berserk, shoots a shop owner. Why? Incensed over a minor tip. And it goes on and on and on. In fact, you have a situation where a teacher assaults Hindu students because they chanted Jai Shri Ram. And we are being told that Jai Shri Ram has become a slogan, a war cry. Look at this, viewers. Look at these examples. They tell you that something is very wrong. Something is very wrong. And I can also tell you there is some breaking news coming in on the show that just days before these celebrities shot off a letter to the Prime Minister, we are getting information that certain alleged lynchings are now being disputed and have been branded fake. The details, viewers, are on your screens. A man allegedly thrashed for refusing to chant Jai Shri Ram. That's what he claimed in Jalgaon, Maharashtra. Circumstantial evidence has proved to be inconclusive. The police are filing a closure report. Let's look at the second case. July 2019, Yavatmal, Maharashtra, road rage victim allegedly made to chant Jai Shri Ram. Victim says he was forced to file a case to say all of this. And they go on. There are two more examples. We can put them out for you. Aurangabad, July 2019, two Muslim men allegedly forced to chant Jai Shri Ram. Eyewitness says he was not forced to chant. The eyewitness today is saying so. And then another case from Aurangabad. Delivery boy says he was forced to chant Jai Shri Ram. CCTV only captures a 40-second altercation. There's another example today. As this letter was being sent to the Prime Minister, MIM top leader Akbaruddin Owaisi, who is a prominent Muslim politician, has openly terrorized Hindus with a dire warning. His name is not mentioned in this letter. He is not being called out for his hate against Hindus. Let's play out that soundbite. Nizam bhai, play it out.
कोई भी आरएसएस वाले कोई भी हमारा बाल भी विंगा नहीं करता। और और याद रखो, दुनिया उसी को डराती है जो डरता है। दुनिया उसी से डरती है जो डराना जानता है। क्या है अकबरुद्दीन ओवैसी से नफरत क्यों है? क्यों है? सौ सुनार की तो एक लोहार की। 15 मिनट ऐसा ज़र्ब है जो अभी भी नहीं भर सका। अरे ये हिम्मत है।
There you go. Brazen hate speech from Muslim politician. I don't hear the outrage. Nonetheless, we are joined by Pia Chakravarti, researcher and social activist, who was introduced today by Aparna Sen, saying that she was one of those who has given inputs in the writing of this particular letter. Good evening, Pia Chakravarti. And now don't beat about the bush. I want to ask you straight off the bat, if you feel that Jai Shri Ram has become a war cry,
Yes.
can I ask you, how will you describe the pious invocation Allahu Akbar when it is uttered by Islamist before he blows himself up to murder Hindus and people of other faiths? What is that for you?
That's a war cry too. I have a very clear stand on this. Any fundamentalism is wrong, whether you use Jai Shri Ram or Allahu Akbar. When we use Jai Shri Ram, of late Jai Shri Ram has been used more.
Really?
And it has been used by one particular group to inflict violence on another.
You've been keeping
yes,
count.
with the growing political atmosphere of the country, that's what we've been seeing.
You've been keeping count of when it is being used and when Allahu
I
Akbar
have
is
been
being used. You're
listening. I have
meticulously
my eyes-
researching it.
I have my eyes and ears open, and the statistics has been keeping account as we put out on the letter on the number of killings, the number of lynchings.
Who are these people that you have quoted to suggest that these statistics are right? Where were you since you feel so outraged when there is
National Bureau
a
of
hate crime, when there is a threat to democracy? Let me ask you, you don't consider the attacks on Dalit Bhajan Das's family and on Rudresh, who was killed by Muslim radicals in the name of their religion, as hate attacks? I can give you the names of 50 Hindu and Dalits who
All
have
of
been
them are
murdered,
hate crimes. Let me
maimed or
clarify my
taunted
stand here.
by
All of them
Muslims,
are hate
yet you only
crimes.
single out Hindus as aggressors. Explain to
Okay.
me why.
I
Why?
get your point. Yes, I'll give you an explanation. We have not singled out case.
Really?
The media has chosen to pick this letter up because
Okay.
it addresses certain concerns. I have been active on my own social media network about all killings. I have been active, I have been vocal about all issues. And this is
Can you
about
read
a
out a
hate crime.
tweet?
This is not about a Hindu
Can
killing
you
a
read
Muslim or
out
a
a
Muslim
tweet
killing a
criticizing?
Hindu.
No, 1 second.
Can I please?
Ms. Chakravarti, can you read out a tweet, since you've been so active on social media, or a blog post,
Can
or
I
what have
finish
you?
my sentence, please? Or are you going
Please.
to make me talk about a certain
Please,
issue
please.
only? Can I finish my sentence?
Please, please, please.
So this
Please.
is not about a Hindu killing a Muslim or Muslims killing Hindus. This
Okay.
is about the growing climate of religious polarizations, of hatred between Hindu and Muslims,
Okay.
which both communities have the opportunity to take advantage of.
Okay. Have you finished, Ms. Chakravarti? I don't want to interrupt your...
As of now,
Okay, so let me then ask you. Let me read out this. Regrettably, Jai Shri Ram has become a provocative war cry today that leads to law and order problems, and many lynchings take place in its name. It is shocking that so much violence should be perpetrated in the name of religion. These are not the Middle Ages. The name of Ram is sacred to many in the majority community of India. At the highest executive of this country, you must put a stop to the name of Ram being defiled in this manner. Now, ma'am, since you feel so strongly
Yes.
about hate on both sides, why doesn't this letter start by saying, regrettably, there has been a deterioration in interfaith relations in this country under your watch, dear Prime Minister? That, one second. No, don't jump in. Just let me ask her. No, one
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Why doesn't it say that we are really upset that Jai Shri Ram and Allahu Akbar have become provocative war cries today that lead to law and order problems, and that many lynchings take place in their names. It is shocking that so much violence should be perpetrated in the name of both our religions, our great faiths. Where were some of these intellectuals when Hindus were being pulled out in Punjab out of buses and shot dead in the name of faith, when one particular community wanted to establish Khalistan? Tell me, we had concerns about our secularism then. So why hasn't this letter been written in that spirit? I'm asking you this question. Do you think I'm wrong?
Yes. I'm going to answer your question. This letter is not selective, but this letter addresses certain pressing concerns. Yes, Jai Shri Ram, according to me, at this particular point in India, has become a war cry like never before.
Okay. When
What we
Mamata
did not
Banerjee
write in the
decided to
letter
lock up,
and what we want.
when Mamata Banerjee decided to lock up constituents for saying Jai Shri Ram, that was a war cry. On whose part? Tell me.
What Mamata Banerjee did, I cannot support what Mamata Banerjee did. What she did was wrong. But
Did you
this
tweet?
letter is not
Did you
about
write a letter
that.
to her?
This
Did you write a letter
is
to her?
About,
Did you tweet?
yes, I
Did
have
you tweet?
tweeted. I have written. We have written. Yes, I have tweeted. I
Show
have
me.
written a letter. We have written
Show me.
letters to her about different concerns.
Show
but
me.
Are you? Is this really about some other letter that we are supposed to write? I'm sorry. Is this about some
Supposed
other
to,
letter
so
that
you
we
haven't
are
written the
supposed to
letter.
write?
I'm
Or is
only
this about
asking
the
you,
letter that
ma'am.
we have written.
Look, don't lose your shirt.
Yes.
Please, don't be intolerant.
We have.
Accept questions. Accept questions. You are probably bothered about intolerance,
I am
but you're getting
answering
shirty
your
with
question.
me. I'm not getting shirty with you.
I think that your questions, I am not, please don't try to lead my responses. I am giving you point blank answers.
Okay.
I have told, this is not about Mamata Banerjee, this is about the Hindu fundamentalists who have forced Jai Shri Ram, and killed in the name of Jai Shri Ram.
You don't blame Hindu fundamentalists in this letter. Should I read out the letter
Mamata
once
Banerjee
again?
has not killed anybody.
Okay, should I read out this letter again?
Yes,
Because you
please.
don't mention fundamentalists, you don't make a distinction between
I don't know
radical
why letter
Hindus
needs to be read
and Hindus.
out.
Let me read that out, please. Allow me, since you've written it.
I'm sorry, why do you keep on reading out the letter? I'm sure the letter is already
Because
out there.
the letter suggests, ma'am, that you are targeting today the entire Hindu community and painting it with one big fat brush. Tell me, do you think I'm part of some big plot to establish a fascist Hindu Rashtra? Do you think that Shambhit
We are not
Patra,
targeting
who's sitting
the
on this
entire
show,
Hindu community. I'm sorry to say this is offensive. This
why
is
didn't you mention
offensive.
it?
This is
All
you
Hindus
cannot
chant
say we
Jai
are
Shri Ram.
targeting the entire Hindu
all
community.
Hindus chant Jai Shri Ram and they don't
No,
mean it
all
as a war
Hindus
cry.
don't chant Jai Shri Ram. All Hindus do not chant Jai Shri Ram.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Here in Bengal, most of us have never chanted Jai Shri Ram. Hinduism
That's
is not
okay.
solely about Ram. It is a rich
That's
religion.
okay.
It is a polytheistic religion. It has hundreds of gods and goddesses. Please don't make this
Miss
about
Chakravarti,
Ram. And please don't
Miss
make,
Chakravarti, I'll rephrase it. There are many
anti-Hindus. I'm
Hindus
sorry,
that
no.
chant.
No,
There are
please
many
don't.
Hindus
Please
that
don't.
chant Jai Shri Ram who don't go about lynching Muslims. There are many Hindus.
Yes, there are.
So why haven't you
And this
mentioned that?
letter is not
Why haven't you
targeted to
said
them.
that
This
there is
letter is
a
targeted.
no?
If you
Why
look
haven't
at
you
the-
said that
No,
there are
We
some?
have mentioned that. Can I tell you what we have mentioned in the letter?
It's written
Please
here.
don't put words in our mouth.
There's
Our
nothing to
letter
put.
mentions that. Let me.
I
can
wish
just finish.
you had written more words.
No, I want to clarify this point. Please don't. No. This is about the people who use Jai Shri Ram as a war cry.
Okay.
This is not about the people who use Jai Shri Ram as love. I don't think this is
Okay.
about that at all.
Well, you should have distinguished it in your letter. Now, one second. Let me ask you another question.
I'm sorry,
Let
I
me
don't
ask you.
agree. The word war cry is written, so I don't agree that we should have done that.
Okay, so tell me, when was the last time you wrote against members of mainstream political parties in Kashmir who attend funerals of terrorists and hate mongers like Zakir Musa, who say Allahu Akbar before they strike Hindus, kill our forces, brutalize people of other faiths, issue threats against them. Why are you silent then? Why don't you criticize those politicians? Why don't you write to...
I don't know, is this a podcast about, like, I don't know, I mean, talking about a Hindu community and how much has been done, you know, what atrocities have been committed against them? Or is this about the letter?
Do they not matter to you?
Or two very sharp points?
So it doesn't matter to you if Hindus are butchered in the name of religion? It doesn't matter. There must be some Hindus who are getting butchered. It's okay, it's irrelevant. What is the big deal?
It matters. Everything matters.
Then if it matters, ma'am, why didn't you say interfaith relations? Why are you only single out one community?
Being anti-Hindu, being secular.
Tell me. When was the last time a Hindu blew himself up saying Allahu Akbar?
We have written that has garnered so much attention.
Tell me, sir.
Sorry?
When was the last time a Hindu blew himself up saying Jai Shri Ram? Tell me. Give me an answer.
I don't get your question. I'm sorry. Can you repeat it?
When was the last time?
I can't hear you.
When was the last time a Hindu blew himself up and killed other people and said Jai Shri Ram? Tell me.
Many of times it has happened during the riots. It has happened.
Many a times during riots, they blew themselves up and said Jai Shri Ram.
Millions of times actually. Jai Shri Ram is used by Hindu fundamentalists. And this doesn't mean we leave out Muslim fundamentalists. This is not about a Hindu versus Muslim problem, as I am continuously emphasizing.
Really?
This is about an attack on secularism. This is an attack of the secular fabric of our country.
This is not a Hindu versus Muslim problem?
Ruling party is trying to make.
Then why did you say regrettably Jai Shri Ram has become a provocative war cry today that leads to law and order problems and many lynchings take place in its name? It is shocking that so much violence should be perpetrated in the name of religion. These are not the Middle Ages. The name of Ram is sacred to many in the majority community of India. At the highest executive of this country, you must put a stop to the name of Ram being defiled in this manner. How do you expect the Prime Minister to pull up?
Because this is to me the pressing concern. This is to me the pressing concern.
What is your concern?
Why isn't the Prime Minister addressing this? Why?
Does he not?
This is the pressing. The Jai Shri Ram is the pressing concern to me.
Okay, let me ask Dr. Sambit Patra. Let me ask him. They are worried that the Prime Minister
this is a pressing concern.
They are very worried that the Prime Minister doesn't enter into the discourse and haul up people. They forget that, of course, people have been booked. They are put in jail by state governments. State governments, the law and order is a state subject. If the Prime Minister goes about interfering, he will be accused of abusing the spirit of federalism, but they're not concerned about that. So, Dr. Patra, would you like to respond to Ms. Chakrabarti, who believes that Hindus blow themselves up and kill others and say Jai Shri Ram before they do that, for the record?
No, I did not say that.
You said that right now.
Please don't.
You said that right now. Should I replay the tape for you? I can replay the tape for you. I can replay the tape for you.
I did not. Yes, please replay the tape.
I'll just play. It'll take us about 30 seconds. It'll take me 30 seconds to do it.
I know this is the era of doctored tapes. I know this is the era of fake news. Please don't put words into my mouth.
Okay, you're floundering here tonight. You're floundering here tonight, ma'am. You're floundering here tonight. You know that you have been selective.
No.
It is absolutely, I am sorry, it is coming across very clearly. Nonetheless, let me bring in Dr. Patra. Let me bring in Dr. Patra because I don't intend to be selective. Dr. Patra, the charge is that the Prime Minister doesn't step in. The charge is that the Prime Minister doesn't step in. Please respond, Dr. Patra, before I open this out.
See, as far as lynching is concerned, no one stands with lynching. We all condemn, denounce lynching. The Prime Minister himself in person denounced lynching, spoke against whatever happened to Tabrij, nowhere else but on the floor of the Parliament. He denounced it. But coming to the point, there's a sense of deja vu today. I'm almost thrown back to 2014, 2015, where we had this first batch of PVCs. PVC meaning not Paramveer Chakra, PVC meaning Puraskar Vapasi Chaukdi. So we had those PVCs back then. We had similar kind of debate. So I'm not disturbed. I know their modus operandi, the same modus operandi, and kya kare? I mean, astonishingly, these people, this dissent is after disintegration. Just because of the fact that these people have disintegrated their ideology, the CPIM does not stand anywhere, the Congress is nowhere to be seen. So, in fact, it's almost like a reinforcement for the Congress party, a reinforcement for the CPIM
No, but Dr.
that these
Patra,
people have doubled in for. But, a very important thing that I'm going to, just a second, 10 more seconds, Rahul, a very important thing that I want to bring into your notice. We have 49 people over here, some even I am fan of, like Shobha Mudgal is someone whom I'm really a fan of. She's a fantastic singer. But Binayak Sen, who is Binayak Sen? Binayak Sen is a convicted Naxalite, convicted for all his life, to life imprisonment, out on bail, out right now from Supreme Court.
That doesn't stop him as a citizen of India from writing a letter. The point is selectivism. Now, one second, Dr. Patra,
no, just
let
a
me
second.
ask you, are you saying that
Rahul,
it is not
Rahul,
true?
just a second.
No, I want
Rahul,
to ask you a very straightforward question, sir. Please allow me. Because I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't like that. You know I like to get to the point. Now I'm asking you. Okay. Are you denying that Muslims have not been lynched by mobs demanding they chant Jai Shri Ram? And if that has been indeed the case, do you believe that your government has acted swiftly to ensure that people are made an example of so that this doesn't happen again?
So Rahul, of course, Muslims have been lynched, so have been Hindus, Sikhs and Christians. Men have been lynched, women have been lynched. To say that Muslims have been lynched, to float this kind of narrative itself is communal. Ironically and astonishingly, since 2014, few names which we should remember, and most of the nation remembers, is Akhlaq. We know Pehlu Khan. Yes, we should fight for justice for Pehlu Khan and Akhlaq. But does this August gathering, the motley group of people over here in this panel, would anyone even remember someone called as Vinay Prakash? Vinay Prakash was a Dalit who was lynched and killed in Uttar Pradesh recently when India won over Pakistan in a cricket match. He was killed by the other group because he was celebrating India's victory. But none of us know who Vinay Prakash is. Sadly, we don't even know who Gangaram is. We don't even know the man's name. Even I don't know the man's name who was butchered and killed while some celebrated by singing Allahu Akbar in Mathura just because he refused some people glass of lassi.
Okay.
But well, we should not know the Chandan Guptas and Ravi Purohits because they are not Muslims.
Okay, so you're saying,
this is what I see.
So
as
you're
wrong and
saying that
communal.
you are
Just
blind to the
men
faith
have
of
been
individuals.
Lynched. People have been lynched, which is wrong.
People have been lynched, and that is the spirit in which this letter should have been written now. Ms. Chakrabarti, let me also enlighten you about certain facts before I bring in Anand Ranganathan and also Mr. Zafar Sareshwala. I want you to pay attention to these statistics. They will appear on the screen. I'm talking about communal incidents since 2004 over a period of 14 years, and the percentage of total crimes under the UPA 1 was at 37%, 3,821. And then in 2009 under UPA 2 to 2013, there were 3,621 communal incidents. The percentage was 35%. In under NDA 1, 2014 to 18, the number drops to 2,920. Percentage falls from a mean of 36% to 28%. Why didn't you write letters when the UPA 1 was in power, when these communal incidents were raging, when Hindus and Muslims and Dalits were all dying in equal proportions? Tell me.
Am I to answer to that?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, so first of all, I have a problem with you calling that people are people and people are being killed. People are often killed because of certain religious and caste and gender affiliations.
Hindus also. Hindus also.
So that makes them something. Yes, Hindus also.
So why doesn't
but
your letter, then we come back to the same point. Why doesn't your letter mention the attacks, the brutal attacks on Hindus. Why don't you mention this? In the name of religion. What do you think the Lashkar-e-Toiba stands for? Whose name are they fighting? Jihad.
Yeah, can we stop dropping names right here?
Why not? You drop names.
No.
You mentioned Jai Shri Ram. You have used the name of Lord Ram.
Statistics, because this letter picks up statistics from the National Records of Crime saying not only Muslims but also Dalits. A huge problem of the Hindu caste system. Dalits.
So Hindus, in your eyes, want to establish the Hindu Rashtra. Okay, so that's the. So that is what you're saying. Okay, let me bring in Anand Ranganathan. The charge is that all Hindus are conspiring. Most of them may be conspiring to establish a fascist Hindu Rashtra. They want to subjugate Dalits, Muslims, and other minorities. That's what these people are getting at, forgetting that there's the Wilaya-o-Hind of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi that is declared war on India. That there is the Islamic State of the Levant that has established its sleeper cells from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Forgetting that the Lashkar-e-Toiba, I don't need to translate, or the Jaish-e-Mohammed are killing Indians by the dozens, and Indians of one particular persuasion in more numbers. So Anand Ranganathan, tell me, are we to be faulted today for accusing these 49 individuals for being selective?
Yeah, thanks very much, Rahul, for having me. I'm not trying to flatter you, but I have to tell you that your first 10 minutes, your monologue, has been your best ever. I mean, the brutality with which you have provided facts and have completely exposed these gangrenous selectivists. These people are as far removed from reality and data and facts as Sitaram Yechuri is from becoming the Prime Minister of India. The thing is, you cannot cure them, you can only expose them. They are like the Rakt Bij, where every drop of blood spawns more of the same. One needs to demolish their WhatsApp university propaganda in 3 parts. 1, that only minorities are being lynched. 2, that only BJP is mainstreaming violence. And 3, as you also said, that they believe that India was a Garden of Eden before 2014. So point number 1, please give me 1 minute and I'll go one by one, point 1, 2, 3. Point number 1, did this lady know that since May 23rd of this year, there have been 37 Muslim mob attacks on Dalits, Hindus, Dalits and non-Dalits? It started from the killing of the lassi seller. He was called a kafir and lynched to death. And it culminated when a Muslim mob segregated a bus load of passengers into Hindus and Muslims and was about to set the bus on fire. And just 2 days ago, 2 Hindus, one Shekhar and the other Basant, were forced by a Muslim mob to chant Muslim religious slogans. They refused. One was stabbed in the neck, he is critical. The other was stabbed in the hand. None of these incidents elicited any outrage by these fake activists. None of these incidents, 37 incidents and counting, are in this letter. What are they talking about? And point number 2, for the violence being mainstreamed by BJP politicians. Yes, of course it is condemnable when such instances occur. But again, these fake activists only highlight selectively. They never outrage on the BSP selecting a candidate, a man who offered 51 crores to anyone who beheaded Charlie Hebdo journalists, or when Mehbooba Mufti selects a rape accused as a candidate or condoles the death of Wani the terrorist, or when rape accused bishop is welcomed on the streets of Jalandhar by church officials and believers, or when ex-vice president presents an award to the PFI chief, or when a Congress MLA says he won't work for Dalits as they didn't vote for him, or when the CM Harish Rawat says those who kill a cow should go to Pakistan, or when SP legislator slaps a woman entering Haji Ali, or when a Congress legislator marches in support for hanging Kamlesh Tiwari, or when Yasin Malik is celebrated by Manmohan Singh, or when tens of thousands collect for funerals of terrorists, then it's not mainstreaming of violence. Now let me come to point number 3. In 2012, 5 Dalits were raped every single day. There was a 17% increase in crimes against Dalits. So the crimes increased, but intolerance did not. Was Manmohan Singh mainstreaming violence? You must realize that 29% of our legislators cutting across party lines face serious criminal charges. To solve this problem, we have to first deal with it objectively. Yes, India is violent across religions and castes and sects. Yes, it is intolerant towards Dalits, Muslims, Hindus, gays, atheists. Dr. Ambedkar was the first to recognize the perils of selectivity and expose it. Don't just worship Ambedkar, follow him. But why would these propaganda activists want to follow Ambedkar? It would be the last nail in their decaying, rotting coffin. India has rejected them and will reject them time and again.
Okay, let me bring in a leading light of the minority community, and it pains me today to describe him as such and not as an Indian first. No, Miss Chakravarti, let me play back what you just said. I've got the recording.
It seems like
no, I've got the recording. You need to listen to yourself, madam. You need to listen to yourself, and you need to play back what you have said to those 48 others. Let's play it out. Let's play it out, Nizam bhai. Play out what Miss Chakravarti said. He blew himself up saying Allahu Akbar.
We have written that has garnered so much attention.
Tell me, sir.
Sorry?
When was the last time a Hindu blew himself up saying Jai Shri Ram? Tell me. Give me an answer.
I don't get your question. I'm sorry. Can you repeat it?
When was the last time?
I can't hear you.
When was the last time a Hindu blew himself up and killed other people and said Jai Shri Ram? Tell me.
Many of times it has happened during the riots. It has happened.
Many a times during riots, they blew themselves up and said Jai Shri Ram.
Millions of times actually. Jai Shri Ram is used by Hindu fundamentalists. And this doesn't mean we leave out Muslim fundamentalists. This is not about a Hindu versus Muslim problem, as I am continuing.
You heard that, viewers? Millions of times. Millions of times. Shadad Poonawala is raising his hand.
Yes, but I did not use the word blow himself up, okay?
Just 15
Ma'am, stop it. Stop it. Tonight you are exposed. Stop it. Stop hair splitting, please.
Why are you inviting me to speak
you have your point of view. I am not going to in any way divest you of your selectivity. You are welcome to frame it on a wall. I don't care. My job tonight is to tell Indians. It is my job tonight to tell my fellow Indians. 1 minute. It is my job tonight to tell fellow Indians that we are wallowing in a dangerous cesspit of hate. 1 minute, madam, please.
You cannot keep on talking. You cannot
being
keep on
intolerant,
talking.
you're not
Like
hearing the
putting
other
words
side.
in my mouth. I will not stand up for it.
Ms.
This is
Chakravarti,
something
you're
that
being highly
BJP has been
intolerant.
doing,
Something you're
taking
criticizing
news,
in the letter is
putting
being
words
displayed in
into
your own
people's mouth.
behavior.
I'm sorry, this seems to be a session where three
Ms.
people have come
Chakravarti,
One
together.
second.
One second.
Let her. Bolne dijiye. Let her have her say. Please.
Bias, and they have no
Can I have
1 minute,
respect.
please. Okay, everyone is
Can I have one
biased.
question?
1
Just
minute.
one small question.
Everyone is biased. They are not biased. I just want to tell, 1 minute, please. I just want to tell our viewers, my fellow Indians, that we are wallowing, viewers, in a cesspit of interfaith mistrust. No one side is guiltier than the other here. Now it's up to us. Either we get provoked by selective, biased, enterprising, opportunistic, malevolent individuals who paint a story in only one color and scaremonger, or we accept that there is a problem and come together as one and solve it. And I want to go out to Zafar Sareshwala. Mr. Zafar Sareshwala, tonight, put your hand on your heart and say that you agree with me when I am calling out the selectivism of these individuals. There is a problem, but it cannot be addressed in this selective manner.
Yes, Rahul, I'm not questioning the antecedents or the credentials of people who have written the letter. They have all the right to show their outrage.
Absolutely.
I have no problem with that. But this letter is highly dangerous because it shows as if India is a dangerous place for Muslims, and remotely it is not. I mean, yes, incidents of lynching have happened. Majority Muslims have been killed, but yes, Hindus have also been killed, Dalits have also been killed, Christians have also been killed. to make it that India is a place, or the social fabric or the secular fabric of the country is under problem, is totally outrageous. Remotely that kind of a situation is not there. You need to travel across the length and breadth of the country. Just last night I travelled for 5 days in UP, Uttarakhand, and Uttarakhand I visited the most sacred Hindu places. I went to Haridwar, I went to the famous place where Ganga flows. I went to a couple of ashrams, Rishikesh, and I am a licensed Muslim with my face and everything. My family was there. Not one place, I was faced that people were looking at me as I was somebody different. And this is normal across the country. Yes, certain incidents are happening. They need to be controlled. But to call that India is a linchpin, or where the Muslims are lynched day in and day out, is, I think, totally false, and they need to come out of it. And I have a question for the lady, Ms. Chakravarti, that writing letter is very easy. I mean, it is like something ke zubani jama kharch hota tha, so you have done a written jama kharch. Have you come with a solution? We want solution. We all know this. We know that 150 lynchings have happened in 5 years. Do you have a solution? What is the solution? And the solution is that there is bigotry on both the sides of the religious divide. Yes, I will admit this, that within the Muslim community, people have brought bad name to a reverent thing like Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar means God is great, and people have used this slogan to kill people. Likewise, some people in the Hindu fundamentalists have used Jai Shri Ram. So there are people on both the sides of the divide. So you need to clear that outrage which is there in people's mind. Law and order is one part, but also people like you, me, and the television people need to come out and de-escalate this.
Yes.
I mean,
instead
just
of
by
fanning
writing a letter
and fear-mongering
India under a bad name,
don't
which is not
fear-monger, don't fan the fears selectively. Ashutosh ji, I want to come to you. You're responsible senior journalist. We need the voice of some balance, sagacity also from the liberal left. We just can't have people who orchestrate campaigns to gain political mileage. Sorry. Ashutosh ji, tell me.
Are you talking about the BJP? People who are orchestrating campaigns?
You're not getting
Rahul,
it, Ms. Chakravarti, please.
I hope I will be allowed to speak.
Yes, of course.
I hope I will be allowed to
I've
speak.
been sitting silent for a
Two
very
things
long
which I want
time.
to point out, and I would like to ask you point blank.
And answered it himself.
I want to ask you, Rahul, point blank.
Yes, sir. Please.
Point blank. And this question is addressed to Rahul itself. This letter, I'm glad that you have not mentioned these are the gangs. This letter has been written by Aparna Sen, Mani Ratnam, Adur Gopalakrishnan, Soumit Chatterjee, Shyam Benegal, Ashish Nandi. Do you consider them they're just a normal individuals? I think they are great sons and the daughters of this country.
They are VIPs.
They have got claim for the country, and the country should be proud of them. And you try to bracket them as if they have done nothing for the country. And today, if they are aggrieved, today if they are writing a letter to their Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of the country should be talking about this letter, should be concerned about the letter, why such letter is written. And today I am really pained because in your entire debate you try to paint the picture as if it is Hindus versus Muslims. This letter very categorically and very clearly talks about not only about the Muslims but also Dalits. Do you consider the Dalits are not Hindus? If so, Rahul, please let me know, do you consider Dalits are not? Because this letter not only talks about the minority, this only also talks about the Dalit. This also mentions, gives the NCRB record that how Dalits have been lynched, have been killed in the name of all that. But you are trying, but the entire debate was focused on an issue.
Propaganda. I'm so sorry.
I fail to understand.
I'm so sorry.
No, I fail to understand.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Interrupted you.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
To please keep quiet. No,
let him speak.
I did not disturb anyone. I did not disturb anyone. I kept quiet for good 40 minutes and I deserve to be listened. I want to know from the entire panel that what do they consider about our Madi Ratnam? Do they consider our Madi Ratnam anti-Hindu or the anti-India? Do they consider Adul Gopalakrishnan anti-India or anti-Hindu? Do they consider Aparna Sen anti-Hindu or anti? How do you consider about them? These are the greatest sons and daughters of this country of the present generation.
Okay.
Shyam Benegal has made
one person from the panel wants to answer you.
And we are here. 15 seconds. And we are screaming hatred against them.
Okay, 1 second. Panel wants to answer.
I've heard
We are going one by one. Shehzad Poonawala wants to respond first.
Please,
let Shehzad respond. I'll come to you, Anand. I'll come to you also, Dr. Patra. Please let him respond.
Nobody, including the anchor of the show, has questioned the integrity or the nationalism of any of the people signing this letter, and we all agree their contributions to this country are great. But the point is that no matter how...
But the tone was such.
So either you decide you want to play by your own rules or you don't want to play by your own rules.
No, let me put
I have also waited for 41 minutes. 1 minute more.
42 minutes.
Come on, this is really unfair, Rahul. I am asking for 15 seconds and none of them will give it to me. This is intolerance in action.
Ashutosh ji, 1 minute, 1 minute.
This is not fair.
Ashutosh ji, 1 minute, please. Let me come in here. Ashutosh ji, I don't know if you've read the top bands of this debate. It says celebrities. It doesn't say lobby. It doesn't say gang.
They are not celebrities.
1 minute. It doesn't say, look, sir, please.
No, but
Please.
Rahul, I'm sorry.
These are individuals who have achieved fame. 1 minute. These are individuals who have achieved fame on the back of the great work they have done. And sir, in my book, they're celebrities. Now you have a problem with that word. That's your problem. A lot of people would take that. But 1 minute. Let Shehzad Poonawala speak. Ashutosh, you need to allow others to respond.
Seriously, you need to pipe down, Ashutosh. Give 15 seconds to others as well.
I'll have to lower your fader, sir.
This is unbelievable.
You need to let others speak. Please.
Have you any idea
They are
what
please.
do you know Shubha Mudgal?
Come on.
बोलने दीजिए सर दूसरे लोगों को. Please. Let them speak.
Let's now. Nobody's questioned their contribution. Nobody's questioned.
I want to ask.
Lower his fader. If he doesn't want to listen, he doesn't want to play by the rules of the debate. Everyone has had a chance to speak uninterrupted. You got your chance, sir. Let others. Yes, please.
Nobody has questioned their contribution. Nobody is questioning their nationalism. They are entitled to write this letter.
Yes.
But no matter how high you are, we are entitled to question why their version of liberalism and secularism is one-eyed. And when I say one-eyed, the letter smacks of it. Just let me highlight 2 points in 10 seconds.
Beautiful. Yeah.
One point is that the madam who's spoken, she brings it out to be that only killing of Muslims is a threat to the secularism of this country. And secondly, she makes it out to be that terrorism here does not have a religion, but lynching suddenly has a religion, and that name of the religion is Hinduism. Just like in Modi 1.0, there was Hindu Attankwad, today there is Hindu lynching. As if mob lynching is only Muslim lynching done by Hindus, and there is nothing called Hindu lynching done by other communities. It seems that all you want is not mob lynching but Modi lynching in the international media, where you often go taking this case to the US Congress, and then I guess you make a little bit of money out of it.
Well, we don't know about that, but the point is, and Dr. Patra wants to come in here. Dr. Patra, yes. Dr. Patra, go ahead.
I just want to ask Ms. Chakravarti a quick question. Since no one over here is ready to question the credibility of the writers, of course even I am not questioning, but one Ashish Nandi, just a second sir, let me complete.
Yes.
One Ashish Nandi was almost at the verge of being arrested in 2013 Jaipur Literature Festival. Dalit activists filed FIRs against him. Do you know why? The same Ashish Nandi, who is shedding crocodile tears for Dalits today, during the Literature Festival of 2013 in Jaipur, said that the most corrupt people of Indian democracies are OBCs, STs and STs. And thankfully, the Bengal government has not allowed the SC, STs and OBC to form most of their government. And that's the reason as to why Bengal has least corruption. And then there was a case against Ashish Nandi. And today suddenly he's trying to shed tear or two about Dalits. Let me tell you, Mr. Ashutosh, when you say that are Dalits not Hindus? Of course they are Hindus. But people like you and people like these celebrities, they have a concerted effort to drive a wedge between the Hindus and the Dalits. They want to create a rift between the Hindu community as if the Dalits are not Hindus. This is what your agenda is, the rotten agenda of the leftists, which needs to be called out.
I need to come in here to demolish these arguments.
Yeah, one second. Yes, one second.
Number one, Rahul,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, number one, I'm astonished. I'm astonished by my good friend Ashutosh saying, do you know the credibility of these guys? So what? As Shehzad absolutely rightly said, we are looking at what they're saying, not what their core competence is. I mean, 1 year ago, you thought Arvind Kejriwal was credible. Point number two, when the Dalits killings have been mentioned, even Dr. Sambit Patra has not said this, but they are insinuated to have been killed by Hindu mobs. Do you know, since May 23rd, out of the 37 Muslim mob attacks, 5 Dalits have been lynched by Muslims. So when in this letter they talk about Dalits, they are talking about Dalits being lynched by Hindu mobs. They should talk about Dalits being lynched by the Muslim mobs as well. And that is the problem here. This selectivity is excruciating. And any guy from kindergarten up to class 5 will be able to call this out. I am astonished how these people who are budding politicians are not able to get this sense of logic in here.
Okay, Dr. John.
Okay, all right.
Dr. John there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank your panelist friends
No,
who've spoken so long.
I love
your
Hindus. My family members love
So you
them
don't
even-
believe that Hindus are
love them.
plotting in this country to establish a hate-filled Hindu Rashtra? You don't believe that? You don't believe
the
that
15
the
seconds
Hindus are going to use the incantation Jai Shri Ram to lynch you today?
In the 10 seconds I have left now after your intervention, let me make the following 3 statements. I love Hindus. My family members possibly love them more because most of them have married Hindus and we love them all. I have gone on record to say every religion has blots of blood on it. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs,
So then do you
everybody.
believe that this is
And
a
therefore-
selective
and therefore,
attempt
Rahul,
at trying to paint one community
and therefore, Rahul, my minute. And therefore, Rahul, I tonight accuse you, particularly individually, of deliberately over a very long time trying to vilify Islam. You use Islamist terrorists every opportunity you get. You use
There are no Islamist terrorists, sir.
Your tongue,
I'm
your
asking,
tone,
is there no
your
Islamist
demeanor,
terrorists?
Your tenor
No, one second.
speaks
No, one
of
second.
a certain
Sir,
rabidity. I rest my
Sir,
case.
is there no
The biggest
Islamist terrorism?
Islamophobe is Dr.
Is there
John
none?
Dayal.
Is there none? What is
Because
happening
he's
in
scared.
Kashmir on a daily
He's
basis?
scared to
You're talking about
expose the
lynchings
verses
here
of Quran.
of Hindus of Muslims
an
on a daily
Islamophobe.
basis. What is
I have
happening in
nothing
Kashmir?
more to say.
You don't
Fear
have
to
anything
bring
more
I
to say, sir,
accuse-
because sir, you
I
are
accuse-
a
Islamophobe,
denier
sir.
of hate. And you are selective, and I'm sorry, sir, but you shock me with your absolute intellectual sophistry. It is absolutely obtuse on your part today, sir.
Show me your tapes. Come on.
Obtuse tonight.
You
Obtuse
produce your
tonight,
tapes.
sir, to try and paint over Islamist terror.
Even in this,
Muslims,
why
sir,
should I?
are
Islamists have
Muslims,
killed
sir,
Christians.
are
Why
fed
should
up.
I?
Muslims
Hindus have
are
killed
fed up
Sikhs.
of the
Why should I
ISIS.
deny?
Muslims
Sikhs have killed
themselves are
Hindus.
dying
Why
at
should
the
I deny?
hands
I
of
cannot
terrorists
deny
in
death.
Pakistan,
I
in
cannot
Kashmir.
deny death.
You know what
I
I'm
cannot
saying.
deny
You
death.
know what I'm
Who
saying. Don't
killed
tonight. No, please.
Mayor?
I
Who
don't
killed
want to
Gandhi?
go far back into
Who
the
killed
past.
Gandhi?
Sir,
Tell
please.
me that.
You come from a faith, sir, that has fought 4 crusades against Islam.
It's terrible.
So please,
It's been denied by
please do
Christians.
not, and
No.
you did it for a particular reason. So please
But
don't tonight. No,
I
don't
admit
tonight.
it.
No,
I admit
don't
it.
tonight.
You're-
Dr. John Dayal,
you will
don't
not
paint the
lure me.
past
You
over.
will not-
I'm sorry. You can
Rahul,
attack me.
You will not lure me
You
into
can-
saying
you can attack
anything
me.
evil against any religion.
You can attack me,
denounce
sir.
Christianity.
When you
can
stood,
denounce
when you
the
stood here
crusades.
and said
They have
there was
been
something
denounced
called Hindu
by
terror,
Christians
when
themselves
you stood on
long
this
before
channel and
you
said,
and I
when
was
you
born, I
okay,
accuse you
okay,
again.
okay, okay,
I accuse you
sir,
again
fine.
of
You
using
had your
platform,
you had your rant.
of
Good.
using your platform.
Okay.
It's not a rant.
Okay.
Yours
okay.
is a rant.
Okay.
Mine
okay.
is a charge.
Okay. Fair enough. Listen, I am not going to bandy words with you, sir. There is enough evidence to
Rahul,
suggest that there is
this debate,
there is enough radicalism
remember
on
for the
all
rest of
sides
my
of the
life.
divide,
You
and
were
I've been constantly
amazing.
saying
Your
it. I don't need
monologue
to
was
take a
incredible.
certificate or what have you from you.
We
But
don't
1
want
minute,
certificate
I want
from
to go
you,
back to the
and
debate.
we will not
The
be
main
denounced by
debate
you.
tonight, viewers, is this: that there is a problem in our country, and the problem is growing like a cancer, and that cancer is mistrust between faiths.
Indeed.
And it is being brought up, please, sir. It is being brought up, mark my words, by individuals on all sides. There are radicals even amongst Dalits today. There are radicals amongst Muslims today and Hindus alike. And they are slowly, viewers, capturing the mainstream. Why? Because those who are in the middle are taking sides. They're playing games. Why? Because it all comes down to politics. We have a responsibility today to call out those who are playing politics over religion. That's what this program has attempted to do, viewers. And I hope that you go back better informed. Reject the politics and the politicians who are playing with faith. I leave it at that. The news are coming up.